Hi everyone! Welcome to Rain Francis Art for Kids. My name is Rain. In this series, Alphabet Soup, we choose a letter from the alphabet and we draw food that starts with that letter. So let's draw. Today's letter is the letter F. F is for French bean. So today I'm going to show you how to draw this cute little French bean. Let's begin. This is what you'll need for today's drawing lesson. You're going to need a piece of paper. I have my dollar store drawing pad here. It's 11 wide by 8.5 long. Now usually when I do my drawings I do them this way, but today I'm flipping my canvas over like this because I want a long area where I can draw. You're also going to need a pencil, an eraser, and you're going to need some color. We're going to be using green. I have dark green and light green. And if you only have a dark green, that's okay. If you only have a light green, that's okay. We're also going to use black. I've got a black coloring pencil, and I also have a black fine tip marker that I'm going to use. Okay? And those are the supplies that you'll need for our lesson today. So let me clear things up here. You might hear my dog Jack in the background. After he eats each morning, he always chews on his ears and he makes funny noises, so. You might also want to use a dollar store paintbrush like this, one that you haven't used before to paint, just to brush away eraser bits or dust off your page, okay? That's just fun. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw our letters. Let's draw a capital F. There's a capital F and a small f. And we're going to write out the word French bean. So let's start with a capital F. R E N C H. That's the word French. Now let's write out the word bean. That's going to be a capital B. E A and N. French bean. All right. Let's take our pencil and we're going to draw a big French bean. Okay? Or not a big one, a long one, because French beans are basically green beans, but they're a lot skinnier. And they're smaller than green beans. They don't grow very big. So let's start at the top, and I'm going to show you how we're going to draw this, okay? Leave a little bit of room under your words, you know, just a couple of fingers of room under your words, and we'll start here. And I'm going to go around, curve in, curve out, and come to a point. If you know what a butternut squash looks like, it kind of looks like the side of a butternut squash. Okay, so now what we're going to do is take our pencil and we're going to draw the other side. Now watch what I do here. I'm going to draw a curve around and inside, and I'm going to join it at the point. All right. Now this is a French bean, so we're going to give him a French hat. We're going to give him a beret. Now watch this. Just round and down like that. And see that point we made on the top? Let's just put a little curve like that, and I'll show you why after. So that's his beret. And let's give him a little stem on top. Jack just got up again. He's going to go drink his water, so you're probably going to hear that. All right, let's give our French bean a face. We're going to give him two big eyes. They're like oval shapes, like eggs. Two big ones like that. And another little egg shape inside on each eye. Just like that. And let's give him a little nose. All I'm doing is just a little round, a C shape, just for his nose. And we're going to give him a mustache. So under his nose, watch. One side like that, one side like that. Kind of like a really wide W. And let's give him a little smile. Now we'll give him some arms, just some stick arms, a stick, and a circle for the hands. Jack, can you go lie down, honey? And we'll give him a stick arm on the other side too, just a stick out, and a little circle for his hand. Okay, we're going to give him legs too, but little short legs. See at the bottom here? Just a little stick like that, and a round foot, and another little stick, round stick, and a round foot. Okay, so there's our French bean. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to color in his hat, his beret. And I'm going to use my black coloring pencil for that. And the hat is just this part here. And remember that little circle? We're going to color that in with black as well. But this top part here is going to be green, so don't color in that top part. Let's just color in his hat, his beret. And if you're using coloring pencils, I don't want you to press down too hard because you might break the tip of your pencil. And you might make your hand sore. And you don't want a sore hand when you're drawing. If your hand hurts when you're coloring in and drawing, it's because you're pressing down too hard. And don't forget to turn your pencil once in a while so you don't wear it down all on one side. We want to try to keep our pencils for as long as possible. I'll show you, this is my black pencil. See how tiny it is? I have a pencil extender here. I just put it in and tighten it. And that way I can use my pencil for a long time. My policy is, if you can sharpen it, you can use it. If it doesn't fit in the sharpener anymore, then it's probably too small to use. Let's remember to turn our pencils. All right. I'm going to go in and I'm going to color in a second layer of black. So I'm coloring it in a second time. That, another way of saying that, an artist will say, I'm applying a second layer. Applying a second layer will make the colors more vibrant, or in the case of black, more black, so darker. Turn your pencil once in a while, don't forget. Can you see the difference between 2 layers and 1 layer? This side's a little darker. turn your pencil. All right. So I've done his beret, his hat. I'll give you a moment there to catch up. I've got a little dust on my page. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our dark green color and we're going to color in the stem up here. And if you want, you can go in right away and put in a second layer. Okay? And we're going to color in the entire bean. Let's be careful though. Let's try not to get any green in the eyes because we want some of that eye to stay white. So let's go ahead and color in our French bean with dark green or whatever green color you have. And don't forget to turn your pencil once in a while. Now I'm getting close to the eyes, so I'm going to be really careful and I'm going to go slowly. I'm going to try not to get any of that green in the eyes. All right, that's one. Now I have to go around the second eye and be very, very careful. And I'm turning my pencil and I'm pressing very lightly. Okay, great. Now you can color over his nose and his mouth and his mustache because we'll be coming back later and we'll be coloring that in black. We'll be outlining it with black. And the way I color is I color in circles like this. And sometimes I color in big circles and big ovals when I have a large area to fill up. I just think it looks nicer than doing straight lines back and forth. But sometimes you want straight lines back and forth because you want to show straight lines. Like if you're doing grass, for example, like this. You want it to show. You want that to look like straight lines. Don't forget to turn your pencil, my friends. Do you like beans? Have you ever had a French bean? They're those tiny, tiny, tiny little thin ones. I like those. I like them steamed with a little bit of butter and a little bit of salt. But I'm really not a fan of any other type of green bean or yellow bean. I don't really like those. I don't like the thick beans. I like them in soups though. I make a minestrone soup. I'll show you a picture here. Minestrone soup is an Italian soup, and it's basically a soup where you just throw whatever you have into the pot, all the vegetables that you have, and then you add some noodles at the end. Usually small little noodles like macaroni maybe a small little fusilli, the spiral ones. I make minestrone mostly in the winter. And I put in a lot of green beans and yellow beans, onions, garlic, carrots. It's a very healthy soup and it's so easy to make. How you guys doing? Don't forget to turn your pencils, huh? And if you're using crayons today, don't forget to turn your crayon. The same thing applies to crayons as it does to the coloring pencils. If you're using a crayon and you don't turn it, you're going to wear it down all on one side. Always remember that when you're coloring in. For markers, it doesn't matter. I'm getting to the end of Mr. Bean here. I'm giggling because there's a TV show called Mr. Bean. It's a show from England and it's very, very funny. I don't know if you guys know that show. So I've finished my first layer of Mr. Bean here. And if you want, you can leave them like that. But I'm going to take my light green color and I'm going to put in a second layer of color using my light green. And if you don't have a light green, you might be able to just use a yellow. Let me see how that works. Yeah, you can apply a very, very light layer of yellow. And it's going to lighten up that dark green. But I'm going to use my light green and apply a second layer of color with light green. Being careful around those eyes. When you mix two colors together, it's called blending. Don't forget to turn your pencils or your crayons. And using two different types of the same color, like a dark green and a light green together, it makes it look really nice. I really like doing that. Okay, let's turn our pencils. Can you see the difference? This is one layer of dark green, and this is a layer of dark green and a layer of light green. I think it looks really nice that way. My light green is getting short too. A lot of my coloring pencils are very, very small because I use them every single day. I love to draw and I love to paint and I love to create art and look at art and read about art. I think it's beautiful and it's relaxing to do. I know that Jack was running around and acting up before, but now he is out cold. He's asleep. Because when I draw and I paint, I feel so relaxed and he feels my relaxed energy and he falls right to sleep. My cats too, they're both asleep. All right, I'm getting to the bottom of Mr. French Bean here. Don't forget to turn your pencil. All right, I think those colors blended very, very well. Now let's not forget his hands and his feet. You can either use your black or your light green or your dark green, or even yellow if you want. I'm going to use my dark green and I'm just going to color in his hands. And right away I'm putting a second layer. Just coloring in circles in his hands. and putting on a second layer. And I'm going to do the same thing for his round feet. Just color in circles and put in a second layer. Turning my pencil, coloring in a circle, turn my pencil and put a second layer right away. Okay, I think he's looking pretty neat. Now the last thing we're going to do is, if you have a black marker, or you can use your black coloring pencil, I'm going to use my black marker, and I'm going to outline his eyes. Outline the outside. Just draw right over that pencil mark that you drew first. And then do the inside egg shape and color in that inside oval shape with black. All right, we do this because we want the eyes to really stand out, because it makes it look really nice. And we're going to do the same thing with this other eye. Just draw right over that pencil that you put on before. Do the inside oval as well. And color in that inside oval with black. If you do my drawing lessons, you'll know that I usually make my eyes very big, and they always look like eggs. Now let's not forget his nose, his mustache, and his mouth. So let's draw over that C shape that we did for his nose. And we're going to draw over that kind of that W, that wide W shape that we did for his mustache. And we'll do the same for his mouth, his little smile here. All right, I think I'm going to give him some eyebrows. Just two little quick round shapes up there. And I'm going to make his mustache a little more thick. So I'm basically just going to do another line out like this. On the other side too, a few little lines just to make his mustache nice and thick. Doesn't have to be a perfect straight line, but just make it nice and thick. There. He looks like he's about to dance. All right. Let me wipe off that dust. So what do you think, guys? Did you enjoy this? Do you like what you did? I'm sure your French bean looks amazing. Now don't forget to sign your work. Always take ownership of your work. That's your creation, your work of art, and you should be very proud of yourself. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this lesson, my friends. And remember, Mom and Dad, if you post your kids' art on Instagram, don't forget to tag me. The link is in the description. I'd love to see what they've drawn. So we'll see you next time on Alphabet Soup, my friends. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.